I can't tell if this book has a love triangle. Actually, I'm unsure on who I want her to end up with. Butterflies, people. He is like addicted to her in every single way. This is exactly what I'm asking for in werewolf literature. Hi all, it's me Allison. Welcome back to my channel. I have a pretty long weekend coming up, aka I have a Monday off. So I decided that I want to try and do the 24-hour reading challenge. I see these all over YouTube and I've always been kind of scared to tackle it. But I think now that I have an extra day where I can really dedicate to reading, I am willing to give it a try. So this is going to be my attempt at the 24-hour reading challenge. For those of you who don't know what that is, this challenge is basically my attempt to try and read as much as possible within a 24-hour period. Now, I know some people do a straight 24 hours. I will not be doing that. I do love to sleep, and unfortunately when I'm tired, I'm not able to concentrate. So I'm going to be doing 12 days one day, 12 days another, and hopefully read. My goal is to get 3 books done, but who is to say? I don't know yet. I have a couple of books that I have on the docket that I think I want to try. The first one is The Wolf King by Lauren Palfreman. Lauren Palfreman. I definitely butchered that. Next, I might try and do a reread for this challenge as well. I wanted to reread Bride by Ali Hazelwood before the sequel comes out in October. So I felt like this might be an easy time and easy way for me to get my reread done if I'm fully dedicated to finishing it. And that book took me literally no time at all to finish it the first time. So if I reread it, it might not take me that long and I can hit that 3-book goal. And lastly, this one, I have actually no idea what it's about, but the cover is really pretty and I've heard great things. Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies, I heard is really good. I heard it's a pretty like cozy, low stakes fantasy series and I've been wanting to read it. I have a hold on Libby for the audiobook, but it will not come in. So I might try and pick it up this weekend. Who's to say? And lastly, I know that some people do not consider audiobooks reading, but I do. And for those times in which I'm eating or showering or doing anything where I can't physically read, I'm going to be listening to Summer Romance by Annabelle Morgan. I know we're starting to get into the fall, but this was one book I wanted to read this summer and just wasn't able to. I also have been waiting very patiently for this Libby hold to be in my hands, and it finally popped up. So I am going to be listening to that audiobook for this challenge. I have high hopes. I really do. I think this is going to be a fun challenge. I think that it's going to be something cleansing and needing. I definitely need just a time away from my phone, away from anybody, be very antisocial, and sit on my couch and read for 24 hours. It sounds like a freaking dream. Hi, good morning. It is almost 8 o'clock this morning and I am trying to wake myself up so that I can prepare for this 12 hours of reading ahead. Where's my Kindle? I decided that I'm going to start with The Wolf King by Lauren. I'm not even going to try and pronounce that last name again. I've heard some pretty decent things about this. I think I've shared this in the past, but it's very hard to find actually really good werewolf literature these days. I've had this downloaded on my Kindle for almost a year, I'm pretty sure. So I'm excited to read this and hopefully it will live up to expectations. It's pretty short. I think it was only 400 pages, which I can definitely probably finally get through and finish this book today if I really stay dedicated and don't switch up my reading. So let's go ahead and get into it. Okay, I just wanted to give a tad update. We're about 2 hours in. I'm about 15% into the Wolf King. I don't want to make assumptions just yet, but I am getting really giddy with the way that these two are acting right now. Basically, we're following Princess Aurora, who has felt trapped in her life. 1, by her father, who just sees her as a bargaining chip. 2, by her horrible betrothed, who is only wanting to use her for political gain. In a strange turn of events, she meets this alpha, and he gives her the choice to either stay where she's at or let him use her as ransom because her betrothed has something that he wants. In letting her be ransom, she is getting her freedom and is being taken away from the castle. They form this sort of like truce. She lets herself be kidnapped by this alpha, and now he is very protective over her. Very protective, which is very, very unique considering that they just met and he has no idea. We don't even know his name. Okay, like he has not even introduced himself to her, and he is very protective over her. He is giving me butterflies, people. This is exactly what I'm asking for in werewolf literature. This is what we need. This is what the people need. We have 22 hours left on this challenge, so let's get back into it. I just want to say that there is so much power in the little details. For example, in this book, we're doing, they have to ride on a horse together, right? You know, him behind her. She is like kind of in her nightgown because he did steal her in the middle of the night. So she's like kind of cold. She's using him for warmth, all the beautiful things that we love to see. But one thing in particular that is really doing it for me is every time she becomes aware of him behind her, she like sits up a little straighter and tries to like put some distance between them, and he always pushes her back against his chest as if he could not bear not being so close to her. And this is the difference between mediocre romance and immaculate romance. And that's what I'll say. It really is the little things. Currently I have 18 hours and 41 minutes left on my timer. But I wanted to give an update because I am officially at 50% of the Wolf King. This book has everything that you could ever want in a werewolf fiction. We have angst, and we have secrets, and we have tension. We have overprotective alphas. It has everything that you want in a werewolf book, but without the cringe. There is nothing cringy about this book. It is so good. I am really enjoying myself here. And that's saying a lot because I am very critical when it comes to werewolf fiction. And this one is really doing it for me. It's really doing it for me. We just did the first full moon. And of course, she left her chamber. Obviously, she got attacked. Our main man, Callum, who we did finally figure out his name, our main man, Callum, did move forward with doing everything he could to save her. I'm eating it up. I can't tell if this book has a love triangle or we're using a certain character to make Mr. Callum, our alpha, very, very jealous. I literally can't tell. Ever since A Court of Thorns and Roses, I cannot trust that the first love interest is going to be the last love interest. I can't. I'm feeling a little bit of tension between Aurora and this other character, and I'm not liking it. It's just subtle enough for me to be like, maybe he's just used as a tool for jealousy. I can't tell. I'm popping in here to say that I actually am unsure on who I want her to end up with. Now that I've gotten a little bit more into this, I'm about 71% in, I'm actually liking both of these love interests, and they're both completely different. So the fact that both of them are intriguing to me is very dangerous. And obviously my instinct is to pick a side, but I don't want to pick a side until I get all of the facts and the figures, okay? I just wanted to let you know that my loyalties could change in the next 30%. So Mimi is throwing a fit and she is in a need for an afternoon walk. So I'm going to listen to my audiobook for a little while, take a break from the Wolf King, and dive back into summer romance. I'm only like 30-ish% into summer romance. It's not that far in. So far, it's okay. I'm not completely in love with it yet. There are some things that I have found that I do love, and there's some things where I'm just kind of like, whatever. Maybe the deeper I get into it, the better it'll be, because I've heard such great reviews about this book. So I had high hopes. So let's hope that maybe the bar that I have right now just keeps going up. I officially finished The Wolf King, and I am going to go by my prior statement. This is literally ACOTAR, but for werewolves. Like, I don't know for sure, like, how this is going to end, and I'm pretty sure there's 3 books, and the 3rd book isn't even out yet, okay? I'm getting such ACOTAR vibes, but, like, not in the way that, like, Tamlin is, like, trash, but in the way that, like, she's in love with someone, but then also she might also be in love with this other guy. Okay, look, I don't know how to explain it, but I'm, like, really conflicted, and I'm having weird emotions because I don't even know which one I want her to be with right now. Like, my heart wants her to be with, like, the enduring guy that she fell in love with and, like, who, like, showed her the world, but also there are some things about the other guy that I'm like, maybe he is the one for her, and something at the end happened that has tied their lives together. So what am I supposed to do, and what am I supposed to think? So now that that's done, I still have about 2.5 hours left to hit 12 by the end of today, and my Kindle is currently at 32%, and so I think that I need to give my Kindle a break. And the only physical copy that I have of my TBR for this video is Bride by Ali Hazelwood. This one is pretty low stakes as far as reading goes. Like, obviously I've read it before, I love it so much, so it might be an easier read for me to kind of get through. And also, I haven't read a physical copy of a book in eons, like probably since high school, which is crazy. So I think it might be fun to, like, go back to my roots and pick up an actual physical book for one. This will be the next book I read, another werewolf, sue me. But for now, I think I'm going to give my eyes and my brain a break and probably just do the audiobook for the next 2 hours, just so that I can replenish and get ready to dive back into Bride. As of now, I'm at 34% of summer romance, and I actually am getting a little bit more intrigued than I was before my walk. Hopefully there will be some moments in which, like, I am giggling, kicking my feet, which is what I've heard about this book. So that is what I am expecting. I'm going to cook dinner, I'm going to eat dinner, and I'm going to shower, and hopefully that will eat up some of my time on this audiobook. I did finish Summer Romance. It was okay. It really wasn't as good as I was expecting it to be. Like I said, I saw a lot of good reviews about this book. Everyone was recommending it, and it wasn't bad, but it wasn't great. The thing is, though, I thought that this audiobook was going to last me this whole 24-hour challenge, and it didn't. So I had to kind of scramble and think about what audiobook I wanted to fill the time with next. And I did get a notification that one of my holds on Libby became available. Chat, I don't want a single one of you judging me. I don't want a single one of you saying a thing about it. But I did go ahead and borrow Tusk Love by Thea Galzin. Let me explain. I saw an interview recently of Teddy Hamilton, and he was very adamant that this was one of his favorite books that he has ever narrated. And that says a lot because he did narrate Xaden of Fourth Wing. If there is such high praise coming from him, then it has to be good. And he was like very adamant that the love story of it all was very beautiful. So I'm going to go ahead and give it a shot, and I don't want any judgment from a single one of you. It's almost about 8:15 this morning, so I am going to pick up Bride again and hopefully finish that book today. I'm about 18% in. I had to switch to my Kindle because the words are so tiny in this book. I was like struggling. I had it like up to here and I couldn't see. It was too much. This physical book is beautiful and I'm so glad I have her. Unfortunately, the text is way too small for me to read comfortably, so I did pick up back on my Kindle. The one thing that I find so funny about the beginning of this book is when Lo sees Misery for the first time, he has like a visceral reaction to her scent, and she just gets under the impression that she just smells so horribly, and he doesn't necessarily correct her because he doesn't know how to explain that her scent is like the best thing that he's ever smelled in his life. It's just so funny because that becomes a running joke throughout the entire book, is that Misery smells, Misery needs to take a bath, like Misery is stinking up the room. It's so funny, and it's like she is so clueless. She has no idea that he is like addicted to her in every single way, and she's just like under the impression that she just smells so bad and he cannot stand to be around her. It's so Edward and Bella vibes. I have about 4 hours left on this 24-hour reading challenge. And unfortunately, like, I am just having a really hard time, like, focusing today. I don't know if I'm getting, like, the Sunday scaries or whatever. I am only about 57% into Bride, which I feel like I probably should have been a little bit more further at this point. I did go for a little bit of a walk to listen to Tusk Love. I'm not that far into that either. I am only 23% into Tusk Love. I definitely have a feeling I'm not going to be finishing that today, but I just got to one of my favorite parts in this book where they take their first trip together. It's more of like a political thing, but they are together on their first trip, and this is where things start to shift as far as like their relationship. Right now it's been very much like friendly and very like I scratch your back, you scratch mine, but nothing that has been like super romantic. After this trip, like this is where things start to change. I just love this book so much. He's just like such a family man who loves his pack and is so noble and he has so much integrity. I just love him so much. I want to finish this book today, even if it's past 24 hours. Like, I do want to finish it because my goal was to finish 3. Okay, so I'm going to finish 3. 4 more hours, people. 4. Okay, guys, I officially finished Bride by Ali Hazelwood. So I did hit my 3-book goal for this challenge. And let me tell you something right now. There is nothing better than rereading one of your favorite books because it will always hit like it did the first time. It almost hits even better because you already have so much knowledge about where the story is going that certain details that you may have missed in the beginning hit so hard. And that's exactly how this experience was rereading Bride. Obviously, it was a 5-star. As far as Tusk Love, I wasn't able to finish the audiobook for this challenge, but I am excited to finish the book. I am enjoying it so far, but I'm really not into it that much, so I'm hoping that the action and the romance will pick up pretty quickly. Overall, I feel like I had a pretty good long weekend for this 24-hour challenge. I read 2 werewolf books, which were both very good. The Wolf King was a 4-star, and Bride was obviously a 5-star, and then I got to listen to a pretty easygoing, sweet end of summer romance to kind of end my summer reading and go into fall reading. I honestly can't believe how easy it was to get 24 hours done. I feel like if I hadn't set myself up for this goal, I probably would have done this exact same thing for the long weekend anyway. So I'm glad that I made myself be more structured about it and actually did the full 24 hours. But I will say I am feeling very cross-eyed. My eyes are not working here. So I am going to probably take it easy for the rest of the night. I'm going to shower and probably just watch a little bit of the Apothecary Diaries just to relax before I have to go back to work tomorrow. But thank you so much for watching my video. If you enjoyed this vlog, be sure to like and subscribe if you don't mind. I will leave social media links down below. I have Instagram, TikTok, Goodreads, my podcast, so be sure to check out those down below. But for now, bye guys!